Big changes are hitting drivers across the United States in April 2026, and if you're not aware of them, you could be facing unexpected fines, license points, or even suspension. From stricter distracted driving penalties to new safety enforcement technologies, these updates are already impacting millions of drivers. Stay with me because what you're about to hear could save you money, protect your license, and even keep you out of serious legal trouble. Welcome back to Drive Authority USA, your trusted source for the latest updates, rules, and expert insights on driving laws across the United States. In today's video, we're breaking down the newest driving law reforms introduced in April 2026. These updates include new rules, increased fines, and major safety changes that every driver must understand. Whether you're a daily commuter, a rideshare driver, or just someone who occasionally gets behind the wheel, these changes apply to you. So make sure you watch this video till the end because missing even one detail could cost you more than you expect. Let's start with one of the biggest changes in 2026, and that is the stricter enforcement of distracted driving laws. Authorities across multiple states have now adopted enhanced monitoring systems that can detect mobile phone usage while driving. This means even if you think you're being careful, by quickly checking your phone at a red light, you could still get fined. The penalties have also increased significantly. In many states, first-time offenders are now facing fines that are double what they were in 2025, and repeat violations can lead to license suspension. Another major update is related to speeding violations. Speed cameras are now smarter and more widespread. In several cities, average speed detection systems have been introduced. These systems track your speed over a distance, rather than at a single point, making it harder to avoid penalties by slowing down only near cameras. Fines for excessive speeding have also been raised, especially in school zones and construction areas. In some cases, drivers can now receive points on their license, even for minor speed violations that were previously overlooked. Now let's talk about new rules regarding electric vehicles and hybrid cars. With the rise of eco-friendly transportation, new regulations have been introduced to ensure safety and proper road usage. For example, electric vehicle drivers are now required to follow specific charging station etiquette rules. Blocking a charging station without actively charging your vehicle can result in fines. Additionally, some states have introduced new road tax structures for electric vehicles to balance the lack of fuel tax contributions. Seatbelt laws have also been updated in 2026. While seatbelt use was already mandatory, enforcement has become stricter, especially for rear seat passengers. In many states, all passengers, regardless of where they are seated, must wear a seatbelt at all times. Drivers can now be held responsible for passengers who fail to comply. This means if someone in your car isn't wearing a seatbelt, you could be the one paying the fine. Child safety laws have seen important changes as well. Car seat regulations have been updated to reflect new safety standards. Parents are now required to use age and size appropriate car seats for children up to a higher age limit than before. Failure to comply can result in heavy fines and even mandatory safety courses. Authorities are focusing more on child safety than ever before, so this is something every parent must take seriously. Another critical reform is related to DUI laws. Driving under the influence penalties have become much stricter. In 2026, the legal consequences for DUI offenses have increased, including higher fines, longer license suspensions, and mandatory installation of ignition interlock devices for more offenders. Some states have even lowered the legal blood alcohol limit for certain categories of drivers, such as commercial vehicle operators. Let's move on to changes in insurance requirements. Minimum coverage limits have been increased in several states, meaning drivers must now carry higher levels of insurance. This change aims to provide better financial protection in case of accidents. However, it also means higher insurance premiums for many drivers. Driving without proper insurance now carries harsher penalties, including larger fines and possible vehicle impoundment. Another interesting update is the introduction of new pedestrian safety laws. Drivers are now required to exercise greater caution at crosswalks and intersections. In some areas, failing to yield to pedestrians can result in significant fines and points on your license. New smart crosswalk systems are also being introduced, which can detect pedestrians and alert drivers in real time. Cyclist safety has also been prioritized in the 2026 reforms. Drivers must now maintain a greater distance when overtaking bicycles. In many states, the minimum passing distance has been increased, and violations are being strictly enforced. This change is aimed at reducing accidents and making roads safer for everyone. Parking rules have also been updated, especially in urban areas. New digital parking systems are being introduced, and enforcement is becoming more automated. Parking violations can now be detected using cameras and sensors. leading to faster ticketing. Double parking, blocking driveways, and parking in restricted zones now carry higher fines. Another major change involves autonomous and semi-autonomous vehicles. As technology advances, new regulations have been introduced to govern the use of these vehicles. Drivers are still required to remain attentive, even when using advanced driver assistance systems. Misuse of these technologies can lead to penalties, as authorities want to ensure that safety is not compromised. Let's not forget about road rage and aggressive driving laws. In 2026, penalties for aggressive driving behaviors have increased. Actions such as tailgating, excessive honking, and dangerous lane changes are now more likely to result in fines and license points. Some states are even introducing mandatory anger management courses for repeat offenders. Another key area of reform is related to license renewals and testing. In some states, drivers are now required to undergo additional testing when renewing their licenses, especially older drivers. Vision tests and reaction assessments are becoming more common to ensure that all drivers are fit to be on the road. Technology is playing a huge role in these new laws. Many enforcement agencies are now using AI-powered systems to monitor traffic and detect violations. This means there is less room for human error, but also less chance of escaping penalties. Everything from speeding to illegal turns can now be tracked more accurately than ever before. Commercial drivers are also affected by these changes. New regulations have been introduced to ensure better compliance with safety standards. Hours of service rules are being strictly monitored, and violations can result in severe penalties. This is especially important for truck drivers and delivery services. Environmental considerations are also part of the 2026 reforms. Some states are introducing low-emission zones where certain vehicles are restricted. Drivers entering these zones with non-compliant vehicles may face fines. This is part of a broader effort to reduce pollution and promote cleaner transportation. Finally, let's talk about what all of this means for you as a driver. These changes are not just about stricter rules and higher fines. They are about creating safer roads for everyone. However, they also mean that drivers need to be more aware and responsible than ever before. Staying informed is the key to avoiding penalties and ensuring a smooth driving experience. That brings us to the end of today's update on the latest USA driving law reforms for April 2026. If you found this information helpful, make sure to stay connected with Drive Authority USA, where we bring you the most important updates that every driver needs to know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any critical changes that could impact your driving experience. Thanks for watching Drive Authority USA, and stay safe on the road.